moving on from that, bureaucracies are a lot of fun. But would you say that on the whole, the experience has been something that you would do again, or is it one of those things you're glad you only have to...
Hopefully not.
Yeah, that came out wrong. Whoops. But as in, like, we know, like, if let's say would you get remarried? Let's put it that way.
I would do it.
As in remarried as a couple, just the two of you, not anyone else.
Especially,
unless, of course, you got really friendly with some random guy or really
to
bring the dog into the fold.
I'd love to do like a big wedding.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
To renew our vows.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it was a surprise or something, rather than.
She's not putting any pressure on you at all.
Rather than something that I would plan again, because I don't really fancy planning it again.
I'll help you.
I'll definitely.
She is grinning from ear to ear now, looking at him sweat.
Yeah, I'll definitely be up for like doing the remarriage thing in a few years.
Yeah. Safe answer. In a few years, like it. Okay, so just to have interest, you two. All right, so like, what was the most awkward moment of your wedding? And then I'm also going to ask that about your marriage as well. Most awkward moment of your marriage. Let's start there.
Of the wedding or marriage? What are you up to?
Let's start with wedding and we'll go to marriage after.
I'm not gonna actually answer. I let my wife answer.
The wedding. I was saying that I think just the guest list, and although we had to cut down anyway because of COVID, and to be honest, that made our lives a lot easier in some ways because it was just you
can't just openly admit that you just think the guy's a knobhead.
Yeah, we just had a clear reason. But I think before we kind of had COVID and we were planning the 100 people wedding, one of the challenges was that you just end up really finding out that there's a lot of people you want to invite, but there's a lot of people who have plus ones who you either don't know or don't necessarily want to invite, and it just makes it really hard to kind of keep the numbers down because you're paying per head.
Yeah.
And therefore, I mean,
it's £100 a head usually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a lot. So that was really awkward. I think just kind of deciding which plus ones. Yeah. We're going to be allowed and which ones we were going to say well no.
Let me make those.
I remember thinking,
sorry mate, it's because you're a dick. Yeah, your wife's coming though because apparently she's hot.
I remember thinking like, if I invite this person, this family member, I'm going to have to invite some other people as well. And then I was like, better not invite them because...
That sounds like a nightmare. Yeah. It sounds like a social nightmare.
The whole thing about inviting people to your wedding, you sort of have to take account who's your actual friend. And like, I think when I was inviting people, I was just like, if I haven't spoken to them for about 2 years, I'm like, you're no longer a friend. Even though that's not really true, but I mean, to me, I'm just like, I haven't spoken to you for 2 years, so I'm not really gonna...
Yeah, or it's like if they haven't made the effort to speak to you. I mean, even if they've
But 2 years flies by, so it can happen, but I mean...
2 or 3. Yeah. I think that's one of the things about COVID is that it sort of taught us that we went from having like very broad social bubbles to actually I only really message about 5 people now, and 2 of them in groups. I found that... So I guess the same thing would probably apply to a wedding. It's sad in a way, but also kind of... Do you find that it kind of cuts a lot of the fat, so to speak, of the steak?
It did feel like not inviting people to your wedding was like ending the relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's
nothing
how
personal,
that's how you know
you're not worth £100 to me. That's
yeah, it's
all.
like
what happened.
Now I know you're not a friend.
Yeah. Because what happens as
Did you have any bitchy situations like that, like where they actually kind of turned around, were like super mean to you?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, that's good.
Never got to that because we had to cut down to 15 people in the end anyway. So.
What happens? Well, people at the beginning who like invite themselves to your wedding anyway.
They invite themselves.
Yeah.
That's cheeky.
That happens when you tell people you're getting married. They're like, oh yeah.
All right, I'll come along.
Yeah.
Great. To the after party? No, to the meal.
Or they're like, oh, you have to invite us if you get married.
It's like, no, I don't. Yeah, because I can't imagine. Well, I know who I'd have in mind. I mean, but for me, it's the awkward one is the best man bit because I'll probably end up with my brother because it's just the easiest option, isn't it?
The safe option as well. Your brother. Yeah. You had your sister as a maid of honor, so because you have lots of friends as well, so.
Yeah, I didn't really want to choose.
Yeah. So nobody could be angry with you choosing your sister.
Yeah, it's helpful when you've got a sibling.
Yeah.
What do you think of the idea of having a co-best man or co-maid of honor?
Cop out. Choose.
Cop out.
You've been a co-maid of honor, haven't you?
Well, I found out I actually wasn't maid of honor later on.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh, ouch!
I thought I was maid of honor, but I misunderstood.
What? As in you read
it?
Just
both bridesmaids. We were just both bridesmaids.
Common bridesmaids.
Oh, so just both bridesmaids. Okay. I heard to spin off of that. I heard a funny story. my old manager was telling me that he went on a stag do, and he was talking to this guy. He seems like a really nice guy, and he said to him, "I'll see you at the wedding." And he goes, "I'm not invited."
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes when people get invited to the stag and hen do, but they're not invited to the actual wedding. I think that's really awkward.
It's so awkward, yeah, because it's like, yeah, sorry, everyone else is excited about this party that we're here to celebrate, but do you remember the cake incident? Yeah, that's why.
But if just down to the limited guests you can have, like a stag do, you can have how many people you want. Really.
Usually it's about 15, I think. But then again, I mean, and also it's nice to not have to. That's the one thing you don't have to organise. Hopefully, I mean, your stag do was only 2 of us because we weren't allowed out. Well, sorry, 3 of us because we weren't allowed out. And, and S didn't know who else to invite. Which is kind of a bit. Yeah, we'll do that again as well. No, don't worry. No, you threw up everywhere. I can't go back in that bar again. It was revolting. It cost us hundreds of pounds in damages in that poor Uber. I mean, like it went down the side into the glove compartment of the door.
So basically, I was in the back of this. They took me out drinking all day long. I was in the back of this Uber, and I fell asleep. I forgot I was wearing a face mask. So I just like the motion sickness.
You slept next to that same night.
I just remember when you came home and I just kept saying, "Wipe your mouth, like please do not touch anything." And even Les was just like,
it's actually quite funny because I was messaging you being like, I am so sorry. I can promise you it was all S. S was the best man, and because he kept giving you Ray nephews, which is just retarded. That is just dumb.
I think I had the video on Instagram for anybody listening of me taking all these shots. It didn't end well.
It did not end well. I mean, it got to the stage where I was asking you if you were okay, if you're sure you want to continue. It was a bit like in a boxing round where it's like the guy's about to go down, everyone knows it, and the referee's quietly hinting that maybe brain damage isn't the way to go. It doesn't matter enough. And then.
So I was in the back of this Uber, forgot I was wearing a face mask, so I needed to throw up. So I opened the door in traffic. Stuck my head out to throw up, forgetting I'm wearing the face mask, and then the sickness went all over my face mask, all down my clothes, all over.
We had the bag in front of you. That was the weird bit. I was like, well, why is it everywhere? And S is like, I don't know, but just get to a cash point. I owe the guy £100, and I'm just like, I'm not paying for this. I can't afford this. And he's like, yeah, well, I can because I actually have a job, and I have a proper job. But no, I remember because I was messaging you about it.
And you were like, put the kettle on, we're on our way.
Yeah, please put the kettle on. I was like, and the thing is, because I don't message you that often, I think like the other day I had to ask you a question about something I can't remember. I think it's like, when's Marlon's birthday? Or something like that. Because I need to send a present. And it was just like, but it was just silly. It was like, but I saw that the only text I'd sent you before then was me being like, I am so sorry. Incoming brackets. Good luck carrying that up the stairs. Because I remember, who is it? It was a stag do when we had to carry. Sorry, this has gone off point.
Yeah. So my best man S, I had to he passed. We went to Prague for his stag do, and he passed out.
Burglary there.
Yeah. He passed out, and then we had to like lift him. And S is about my size, a bit shorter, but probably my size and weight. He's a heavy guy.
He's a big fucker.
Yeah. It took us like 4 of us to lift him up. Yeah, it was crazy.
And I was not there because I was too busy getting yelled at by a bunch of girls who I refused to buy drinks for, which was really weird, by the way. Why were they screaming at me? I'm just sitting there. I was like, no, I'm not paying for you. That's £5 a shot. No, I'm not going to buy 9 of you a shot. I don't need to get laid. Anyway, sorry. Carrying people. Anyway, right. Back to marriage. Speaking of carrying people, this is the most YouTube thing we're ever going to do.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our video. Please do like and subscribe.